From the studios of Foxboro Cable Access, located in the center of Foxborough, Massachusetts, you are watching Around Foxborough.
Hi, I'm Steve Uden, and welcome to another really interesting episode of Around Foxborough. I'm very lucky tonight to have Mike Weber in the booth doing the engineering of our show, and we thank him for that, and our producer, Jerry Love, and thank you for watching us. Our guest today is an entrepreneur and a music smith or a luthier. I don't even know what to call you yet, but certainly an entrepreneur. And I'd like you, if you would, to introduce yourself to our friends, and we'll tell them more about why we have two interesting electric guitars in front of us, if they can see them yet, and what you have.
Thank you, Steve.
Pleasure's mine.
My name is Jeff St. Germain. I am the owner of JFS Guitars, and we are right here in Foxborough.
Really? What part of Foxborough? Are you a cottage, or do you have like a little factory building? Or
I don't have a little factory building. I have a nice little humble basement that I have our woodworkers in.
Oh, good.
And I get to run things out of my condo over on the other side of town.
Excellent, excellent. So I don't know what our friends can see right now on camera, but what we have is two very interesting products of your work and art and musicianship. And again, if you're a luthier, I don't know, but we could describe you as that at the beginning.
I'll take that a little bit. Sure,
Why not?
Thank you.
Right? Yeah. Papa Geppetto or something like that, right?
Yeah.
What do you do? What are you making? Let's tell them just straight out what we're doing here.
Straight up, what we're making is we're making guitars that people haven't really seen a whole lot of yet. Mm-hmm. That goes from shapes to styles, even sounds inside of them. The nice thing that what we're doing is we're able to do everything right here. Everything's built right here in Foxborough. Mm-hmm. I'd say probably 95% of it, aside from the hardware and the electronics that is right here in the USA as well. So we get to be lucky in that sense where we don't have to import anything. Everything we can do right here. Yeah. It's a shop of 4 guys now, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have me who does a lot of just the general operations, the assembly, that kind of thing. We have a woodworker, a master cabinet maker who does a lot of our bodies.
Really?
Yup. He's kind of the bread and butter of a lot of this without his brilliancy, also in Foxborough. And we have a finisher who does the paint. I don't know what they can see on the screen, but there's a beautiful paisley finish, stains, all that kind of stuff.
We'll try to grab one or two of these during our conversation, see if we can get them on camera. But are they only electric guitars that you're making, or do you make acoustic? Do you do banjos or mandolins or?
Sorry, Steve. As of right now, at least, it's just electrics. Mm-hmm. We're doing some basses as well. We're kind of dabbling.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Good. So you're plugging them into the back there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Electric just seems to be a little bit more of a, I'd say, palatable way to get guitars in people's hands, especially at a custom level. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of people go for custom acoustics, or at least in my experience.
Right.
But the electric side of it, if you're playing on stage with an electric guitar, you just want something a little different no matter what you're doing.
A nice suit is good, and a nice guitar is nice on stage if you have it, right?
Nice suit and a flashy jacket.
Yeah. So are these called St. Germains, like the way a Martin guitar is called a Martin, or what do we call them?
Well,
Because just for our friends, I just want to make it clear. This is from a cocktail napkin to you playing out with the guitar. This has created the entire guitar with parts and accessorization and art. You don't modify existing, or maybe you do, but this is the core of your business.
This is the core, and actually what you said was actually how our business got started, with modifying and all of that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. My business started as a restoration company.
Oh.
I started doing, little repairs for my friends when I was a musician, out on the road a little bit more. Huh. It was how we kind of ate. I learned how to do some repairs and things like that.
Yeah.
And when I moved here, I started doing repairs, some modifications, things like that, just from the things I learned over the years of playing live and buying different guitars, selling different guitars. You learn different things that you like. And I realized that a lot of other people that were coming to me were liking the same things that I did. Huh. So after a certain while, I'm like, maybe I should start building some of these.
Hang your own shingle out front, right?
Why not?
That's really cool. So are you, I take it then you're also a musician.
Yes, sir.
right? What do you play?
I'm mainly a vocalist.
Are you really?
Yep, I'm a vocalist in a band called The New Noise.
Okay.
We play all around Boston, and I'm the rhythm guitar player, which has been kind of nice. I've gotten to show off all the weird guitars I've had over the years, and now
Cool.
I get to debut some of our prototypes on stage now, which has been fun. You get people that come up, and it really gets the engagement going as far as, you know, a new brand or, ooh, what's that name? I've never seen that before. What is that? It gets people talking.
When you make a guitar, do you first have to see if it's right for the client? In other words, you know, I'm sure you set them up for the client, right? The fretwork and all that stuff.
Yes, all of it.
But how do you know if the product that you've made from scratch, you collectively, your team, works in, say, a gig where you're like, okay, this is what I wanted the guitar to sound like, and I have to change the neck, or I have to hollow the body, or a part of it, or, you know, how do you modify the guitar to get it to fit like a nice suit?
That...
Right? Is that a dumb question?
No, I'm just going to answer it a little bit of a different way than I think.
By all means.
That's kind of come the way of the past, over a decade for me, as far as just I've played I like to think mostly every kind of guitar you can think of.
Okay.
And I've tried all these different things on stage. I've tried all these different things live, and I've kind of found a remote pattern that seems to work. But we have, 4 or 5 different models at this point, each of which kind of hits a different niche.
So you do have a line that you work with.
Yep, correct, yes.
At least as a base with your customer, not base the instrument, rather.
Correct, so you've got your 4 or 5 shapes and models that we have. Mm-hmm. If you want it right or left-handed, we are one of the only companies I know of that can offer every shape we have left-handed as well for no extra charge.
Cool.
Different hardware for different styles. If you're a country guy, I'm going to suggest one of our, one model versus a guy who's going to go out and play some, heavier metal or something along that. You're going to have 2 different sides of that spectrum.
Well, like Nigel in Spinal Tap when he plays his electric guitar with a violin.
Exactly, same
sometimes
idea.
Sometimes you need to be creative.
Sometimes you do, and sometimes...
It's a great bit. I love that bit.
And everything goes to 11.
It goes to 11. So... do you stay with the same strings and the same pickups, or do you modify as necessary for the client?
I try to stay in a remote wheelhouse. I use Ernie Ball strings. I have for years, just tried and true for me at least. And pickups, I'm very fortunate to have been working with someone in Elysian Pickups. His name's Adam. He's out of Ohio, and he has been making my pickups since 2016 when I was touring. And now he makes the custom pickups that we put into our guitars.
How many of your products do you have out there yet? Are you a fledgling business, or have you established and I'm just getting to know you're here?
So this is going to be the first year that we're operating fully as our own entity.
Okay.
Because before it was just mainly the restoration side of things with a couple of builds here and there.
Yeah.
Now there's a whole separate side of it with just the JFS custom guitars.
Okay.
We currently have 3 or 4 sold, which, for a small builder who's kind of getting their name out there, it's not too bad.
Who are they to? Are they for musicians that were looking for a custom build, or were they for a hobbyist, or a little bit of both? What type of customers do you have thus far?
Currently, the 2 main ones that I can think of are both touring.
Really?
Yes. One of which the band is no longer together, but he is still a recording guitar player. And the other is in a pretty busy pop punk band around Rhode Island, New England. I think they just came back up from Philly a couple days ago, and that gets to see a lot of attention.
You don't have a bass with you, but
I do
could
not.
you pick up the closest guitar to you?
Yeah.
And sort of, if you will, put the body in front of your chest so we can get a shot of sort of you holding it, and don't block your handsome face, right?
I'm doing my best.
But that's a beautiful guitar. Did you want to talk about, say, the pickups and the rosewood and how the design came for this one? I like your logo.
Thank you, sir. Actually, I got to say, very good job calling the rosewood.
Not bad, huh? I'm dumber than I look, but I know some things. So
that's awesome. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
So this is the Diplomat. This is probably one of my favorites that we've built yet, because this is a design that I've just had in my head for so long.
You designed the design of the the artwork and the axe or and the guitar, or
Yes. So I've always been a fan of double cuts. Just kind of, easy access for a lot of players, and one of my heroes.
and
played
explain
nothing
to
but these.
people that don't know what a double cut is, even though it may be obvious, but it's an item and
Yeah.
it needs to be described.
So a double cut is literally two cutaways. So you have a cutaway on this side and a cutaway on this side.
Okay.
And a single cut would be just that. Just round it on off.
And so
yeah.
you have two pickups on this, and you can point out the pickups so people can identify them.
Yep, that
and
are
then
these guys.
the switches and knobs. Let's pretend you're teaching me about a guitar, and I've never seen an electric. I've never seen.
Sure.
So that switch goes in what, 3 directions?
Yep. So you've got a three-way selector switch, which controls which one of the pickups are actually.
Okay. It's an on-off switch.
Yes, correct. It's an on-off switch. Thank you so much. For the pickups, you have a volume knob, which controls how loud the pickups are going to be, how much output is coming out.
Independently or jointly?
Depends. So if this is in the middle position, it's controlling both pickups.
There you go.
So you can control the volume. And then this is called a tone knob, which a tone knob is a frequency shift. So basically, it can get really muddy or it can get really bright.
Okay.
And you kind of find that sweet spot.
What's
where you
muddy?
like it.
What song would be muddy? Or can you make a muddy sound with your voice? Okay.
Just kind of like a very low, kind of muffled sound. You're not
Okay.
really getting a whole lot of, I guess, you're not getting a whole lot of sound out of it.
Okay.
And then as you roll it up and it gets brighter, louder, you start to hear the
The
definition.
sharper.
Yes. You hear the definition between the notes. You hear the differences between the strings, where when that's off, you don't really hear that quite so much.
And that, boys and girls, is where the art of the electric guitar is, because there's so many variants.
That's right.
And sounds one can make from just one instrument with 6 strings on it, right?
That's the fun
It's like
thing.
musical notes in The Sound of Music. It's like they're just tools we use to build songs and music. Right?
They are, and that's the fun thing, is getting to make the tools for people. Like,
Yeah.
it's been fun getting to create the music I have over the years with other people's guitars and now my guitars, and I hope that, as people start to pick these up a little bit more and more, it'll be kind of the same thing for them, where, they can write something cool with something I made.
Could you do a 180 and show us the back of the
Sure can.
instrument, so that
front?
we can, as we develop our conversation, talk about what kind of woods you use and how many different woods there is in this particular guitar? Because you might be using polymers for other things, or fiberglass, or
Yep.
I don't know, stone. I don't know, whatever you.
Now, stone would be a fun one.
That would be.
Sounds,
there you go.
I'm into that.
Attaboy.
So wood for this thing, we use alder mainly for most things that
Alder.
we do. Fender, Leo Fender, he figured out that was a nice cheap wood to
Okay,
buy
so
that
that's
happened to sound okay.
the gold standard in wood for an electric.
Yeah. It
start.
sounds good, and it's a good weight, I guess is the way I'd say it.
Yep.
We stained it amber. We have our own nice staining technique for the back and the neck.
Yeah, it's
kind of
pretty.
looks-
It's kind of like a tiger. It's a brighter.
It's meant to look kind of aged, kind
Yeah.
of not, but yeah. Maple neck with a rosewood fingerboard,
Okay.
and we do stainless steel frets.
Okay.
Frets are these things right here that separate the notes. And when you do stainless steel, you really don't have to worry about changing them again. They don't
And
wear in.
the fingerboard is, for those at home, the dark brown
Yes, this
part
guy.
of this. And it goes all the way up to the top, right?
It does, yes, with our nice little logo.
Yeah. Why don't you put it down for a minute?
Yes, absolutely.
If you would, because I'd like to talk about how just that particular guitar you have, or your others, was born. You have a cabinet maker, or an artisan, actually make the wooden part, right?
Correct.
So how does the guitar get born?
So the guitar starts, I would say it starts in a drawing phase. And I say that in the truest form possible, where either it's a sheet of paper or...
Right, I said a cocktail napkin, but it's
same
just an idea, right?
Same idea. You kind of get it out there, and nowadays, before you would, bring it to a round table and be like, hi, guys, what do you think of this design?
Sure.
Now you take that picture, you send it in a group chat. Hey guys, think we can build this? Yeah, we can hack that out. Make a quick little design, see how it comes out, and we either move forward or we don't. But yeah, we have the guitar starts truly by the drawing, and then we just grab some wood, start cutting it out. If everything works, and we say, hey, this is a design that really people might enjoy,
Yeah.
we we start getting the neck ready, we start getting some electronics together, and we start figuring out paint or wood, and then it goes into stores or put on video or seeing where it goes.
How many people does it take to make one of your guitars?
I'd say about 3. It takes 3 to 4 people.
So there's the craftsman that makes the cabinetry or the hardwood.
Yes, he does the heavy lifting, we'll say, for this.
Okay, right.
Then we have our finisher who does paint, stains, any sort of final sanding, rounding, shaping, things like that. And then there's me who does the assembly, the final setups, the quality control. So everything that comes out with my initials on it, I know that I've touched personally.
There you go, the Henry Ford of guitars.
Kind of deal, yeah.
Right. The Les Paul of guitars. How many of these, you make them all here in Foxborough, right?
Yes.
Because Fender makes them in Mexico and all here, but right now it's all sourced here in the U.S.
Yes.
If I'm not correct, right?
No, you're correct.
And then you're here. So I've been involved in all sorts of weird volunteerism, and I try to do it with a good, kind heart, and for the children in our town or the kids. I hope someday you'll be making or presenting a guitar to our music department for, say, a student that needs it to go forward or something like that. Have you worked with any of the music department here in Foxborough? Because you may know, and we'll go into this in a minute, but Foxborough is the music department in a great many ways. Athletics, of course, and all that, and then the sports entertainment like the Patriots and that. But we have a big engineering firm down the street here too, Schneider Electric. But now we're going to have, you're going to be the new guitar maven of the town. And is that what you want to do? Do you want to sell guitars to beginners or only professionals, and maybe even like music departments here in town? We can say this is a homeboy guitar, it's the real thing. It's a Saint Germain.
I want to do guitars for whoever's going to appreciate them.
Yeah.
If that's a student that's looking to get their hands, wet and, diving into this, happy to do it. If it's, a music department that needs or wants something, a little bit, something to grab off the wall when they just want to play it, happy to do that. If it's for a professional that's going to go out gigging every night, happy to do that. Too.
I can see these being we have a BIT auction, the Burrell, Igo, and Taylor, the 3 elementary schools here in town, and the PTAs get together and they have a gala night every year. They raise a ton of money. And there's a raffle and an auction. And it's very substantial. Like, there's no junk in this thing. It's all good stuff. I can see this next year, one of these guitars being, a raffle, or we'll make you a guitar,
I would love to
do
a
certain amount of that. Do I want to discuss the pricing in this conversation, or is that something you'd like to avoid in this conversation? I have no idea how much these cost.
I'm happy to toss a number out.
All right.
So everything, all of our customs at least. Full customs, our designs built from scratch, they're going to start at $2,100.
Okay.
And that is completely transparent. That is built here, handmade, $2,100, and obviously it will go up from there depending if you want an exotic wood or you want something that
materials.
Something that we're not going to offer just by the regular things that we kind of keep in house. But other than that, it's just going to start right there. It's just most guitar players will know that's pretty good. That's not bad.
And the design on the body, should there be one, if I want a checkerboard, black and white checkerboard, and somebody else wants a picture of their dog, how does that work? Do you get to say, no, I'm not going to put a dog on a guitar, or do you can say, we'll design it this way, or leave it plain wood and beautiful grain showing, or how does that design work? On the body.
I'm a firm believer, if someone is like, this is what I want on my custom guitar, I'm going to put that on your custom guitar.
Attaboy. And how long is it a laminate that you put on, or is it imbued in the wood, the design? How do you get the design on there?
As far as like if it were a picture or something?
Yeah.
So
different manners of doing it, I guess.
Yeah. So like the paisley, that's actually a vinyl wrap.
No kidding.
Yeah. There is a company called Rock Skins that was kind enough to kind of put my design into play, because paisley used to be a wallpaper.
Sure.
Back in like the 60s and 70s, it was a
Oh
wallpaper.
yeah, and it's a design, a textile design, and
Yes.
and prints and all that.
And guitars used to actually put that wallpaper on the tops of the guitars and then just clear coat over the top.
Oh, no kidding.
So I took it the step of, well, a vinyl wrap is going to be a little more durable. Let's just do that and then clear coat over that.
Yeah,
That's what that is. So if it was going to be a picture, probably go the same route. And
So at some point, the guitar is going to become Willie Nelson's with Martin with the hole in it, or
I hope so.
Stevie Ray Vaughan with the wear of the pick and the hand and all that.
Yes.
And so you would repair that, or if necessary, if wanted by the customer.
Believe it or not,
Right.
that's what you're talking about is aging and relicking.
You can do that?
That is something that people pay extra for, to have their guitars beat up.
Oh, really? Yes. So you buy a new guitar that looks like an old guitar, and you do that. Your company does that.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, that's really neat. That's really neat. Well, it's only a paper moon, like they say, right? Showbiz.
That's kind of why I'm like, yep, we do that.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. When we buy the guitar, do you get a case with it, or do I have to go and get a Pelican somewhere or whatever?
I would love a Pelican.
Who wouldn't?
So currently, we are offering gig bags, padded gig bags with them that are JFS branded. I would love to do hard shells. Hopefully, we can look into that. Hopefully, if our ops guy is watching this, he can start looking into that a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah, that'd be great to have some hard shell cases.
What about straps? Are you going to start making some groovy straps as time goes by, or do I have to go to Guitar Center and buy that, or Mockingbird music? Do you know
I do know Mockingbird
music?
Yes,
Great.
I do.
So I'm a big fan of the local business, right? So
great guys.
They are.
I'm not going to make straps. I think there's a couple companies that got that covered.
Okay, there's a lot of embroiderers out there that like to do that stuff. I actually know one. So
anyone in Foxborough wants to make a custom JFS strap, I will happily welcome it.
There you go. There you go. We only have a few more minutes, but I'd like to teach to inform our friends about you and the ones that you love. You're not an original Foxborough resident.
I am
Can
not.
you tell us how you came here in your covered wagon with a horse selling musical instruments with a cowbell on the front? Clink, clunk, clink, clunk. Buy your guitars here.
It does feel like that. I'm originally from Syracuse, New York.
Okay.
Born and raised, lived in the cold many years. And the band that I was in, that was, kind of my meal ticket for, learning how to work on guitars and such.
Yeah.
When that band reached its glass ceiling, I had a job offer out here from my cousin.
I'll be darned.
Yep. Over in Norwood. And I said, well, I'm kind of looking for something different. Let's go. Unfortunately, that didn't end up panning out for whatever reasons, and just kind of started figuring stuff out.
And you had this gift.
Yeah.
And skill set and the guts to do this, because it takes guts to do this.
I started offering guitar setups for $40 on Facebook Marketplace when I moved here, because I was in between jobs trying to figure out how to get stuff to
I got to get some cash flow going here. Yeah.
And I'm very thankful to have kind of came from that a little bit, and here we are.
Are you with somebody you love that's part of your business? Is there...
She is part of my business, whether she wants to be or not, unfortunately.
Trapped.
My lovely wife, her name's Stephanie. She's the one who was like, hey, if you really want to try this, if you are serious about this, give it a shot and do it.
How long have the two of you been in Foxborough?
2020, because we moved in together just before the pandemic hit.
You're going to love this town as every day goes by. This is a great town. The people are really terrific. And having an artisan like you adds to that charm that is Foxborough. And I'm not pandering to you. That's like, we have a butcher, a baker, and an electric guitar maker. We have all of that here in town. And now here you are.
And Joe's Butcher Shop has a JFS guitar hanging on their wall.
No kidding.
I wasn't going to say, but you brought them up. It is hanging on their wall.
Outstanding. See that? You never know where life's going to take you. Thank you so much. This is really great. When people see this show, they're going to be able to see stuff at the bottom of the screen.
Perfect.
And the top or side, or wherever our engineers that know how to make a TV show come to life. I don't. I just sit here and look beautiful.
And yes, you have.
Thank you very much. It's an honor. And we'll put in your like website and how to contact you information. You have a little logo there.
I do.
It might show up on the camera if we zoom in on it, but we'll have more for that. Are you a walk-in business, or do we contact you electronically at first or by phone?
Yep.
And then we come to your place, or you come to us, or a secret meeting spot somewhere, I don't know.
So it's a secret meeting spot.
I don't know what you musicians are up to half the time.
It's a secret meeting spot. No one knows about it until every second Tuesday of the month.
That's right, yeah.
But what I recommend doing is to get
Excellent. Well played.
Thank
well
you, sir.
played, yeah.
My suggestion, get a hold of us on Instagram. That's usually our best bet, at JFS Guitars.
At JFS. Juliet Franco Sierra, JFS, right?
Sir. _ custom guitars. Or you can give us a phone call.
You have a
We're all over
website
Google.
yet? Are you
Yes,
doing
we
a
do.
website? Okay, good.
JFSguitars.com. Hopefully that'll be at the bottom of the screen as well.
Yeah, we'll get that on there. Sure.
Give us a call. We're all over Google. Be happy to talk with you.
Great. I hope you and your wife are able to come out even more in the community with this and with other things. I think you'll find the volunteerism and even supporting each other as business people in this town is a real significant part of the quality of this town.
Community's family.
You're awesome, man.
Steve. Thank you, sir.
You want to throw a guitar pick out to the crowd?
I don't know where it is.
I don't know where my camera is, but we're wrapping it up. I'm Steve Uden. We had Mr. St. Germain here from Germain Guitars, and you got to see these things in person. They're really cool. I haven't heard them played, but I'm sure they're awesome because he's a very bright man and really cares about the quality of his work. Thanks for tuning in. I want to thank Mike Weber, director here at Foxboro Cable, for engineering the show in the booth. Again, Jerry Love, our producer, for giving us such interesting people to talk to and them a chance to get out in the community. And we say God bless and see you in the next episode. I'm Steve Uden. Bye-bye.